Good morning, YouTube! Today we're going to be taking a look at the continent of Eastern Luterra. Now this is a massive continent and I'll probably wind up splitting this video into two parts because the last one was just way too long. But as you can see here, there are plenty of very important rewards that we do want to get from Eastern Luterra. We can get the kindness potion for those additional secondary stats. A cool little Boreas steed mount. You may have mounts you prefer, but if you're looking for something that's a little bit cooler looking than just the basic horse mount, this one's got armor. It's pretty cool. Masterpiece number 4, which is actually needed for one of the collectible portions of the endgame. Legendary rapport item as always, and most importantly, this skill point potion right here. These are extremely hard to come by and very rare, so you don't want to miss out on additional skill points for your characters. So let's get right into it. Okay, we're going to start off in the Dyorika Plains up at the Mmorpg Manor right here. Mount up, and we're going to head straight east to the very edge of the map. We're going to grab one Mokoko Seed and then triport right back. And there's a seed right there. And we head back to that triport now. Mount up. This time we're going to head up north. Right out these gates here, there's going to be one more Mokoko Seed right inside this stable pen right here. Okay, mount back up. We're going to head down south just a little ways and around the bend over here. And there's going to be one more seed to pick up. Going to grab that seed inside of this stable here. And mount back up and head due south once again. Couple more seeds to grab, and then we can continue on with the rest of the zone and actually start banging out the Adventurer's Tome. Next seed is right here. Mount up and head south again. Cross the broken bridge here and keep on continuing on south. Next seed is just up ahead. Right here. Mount back up. 2 more seeds to grab before we take the next triport. Through this cave here, all the way down and around the corner, we'll find 2 more seeds. Next seed is right here. And one more just above it slightly, right up here. And triporting to Bishu Manor, we're going to mount up and head south to grab 1 seed. And that's right here. And triport back to Bishu Manor now, mount up. This time we're going to head out north. Next seed is right here. And we continue on north all the way up into the top portion of the zone. We're actually going to get our first Adventurer's Tome collectible. And 1 more seed. And this zone is going to be a lot more travel time than in past zones. It's a lot spread out, and there's not a single Adventurer's Tome collectible inside of dungeons that we need to obtain. So it's just going to be traveling all around each and every one of the zones. First elite monster's right here. And the next Mokoko Seed is right up ahead. And when we're done, we can triport back to Bishu Manor. Okay, back to the Dyorika Plain now. Gonna mount up and head out north this time. Gonna move on to the end of the zone. Gonna be 1 elite monster to kill right up ahead. Once again, if it's not there, just swap zones. Mount up and we're gonna head into the side passage up here. Gonna be 1 more Mokoko Seed right here. Gonna grab that and then continue on into the next zone. There'll be 1 Vista to pick up along the way. And there's the next Vista right here. Alright, and we are all set with the Dyorika Plains. That's 100% of everything in this zone. We can continue on into the next area. Okay, starting off from the entrance of Sunbright Hill now, we're going to head up north. There's going to be 1 Mokoko Seed right up here. And we're going to mount up and grab 1 more. There it is right there. From here, we can actually triport to the pumpkin farm. Remember to keep an eye out for the wandering merchants. So we can mount up and head out west. And there's the next seed right here. Mount up again. And this time we're going to head due south and wrap around into this western area over here. A couple things to grab. And grab 1 seed right here. And hidden story number 1 is actually going to be just at the top over here. Alright, once we have that, we can triport back to the pumpkin farm. Okay, and from the pumpkin farm, mount up. Gonna head back around the side here, right where the wandering merchant has a chance to spawn, right up here. There's also 1 more Mokoko Seed. And then mount back up. And head straight down to this Mokoko Seed over here. And mount up once again. We're going to go all the way south. There's going to be one elite monster and another Mokoko Seed. There's the elite right there. And the next Mokoko Seed is up here. Okay, mount up once again, and we're going to head over into the next section of this map. There's going to be 2 more seeds to grab. Next seed is right here. And 1 more seed just above us over here. From here, we can head to the Clay Soldier Garden Triport and mount up. Going to be 1 Mokoko Seed to grab right here. Mount up again. Vista number 2 is right here behind the Bard. Okay, now before heading back, we will be checking on the field boss, Willy Willy, and he's going to be right up here in his own little dead-end section. And remember, the field boss is on a 30-minute timer or so. If you don't see them, feel free to hop channels, and also make sure you're checking area chat to see if anybody is calling out which channel the boss happens to be in. Once you find him, go on ahead and take him out for the completion, and then head back to the triport in the Clay Soldier Garden. Alright, and back at the Clay Soldier Garden now. Mount up. And we are actually all set with this zone. We can now head to the Flowering Orchard. Okay, now before we dive any further into the guide, it's time to talk about the Wandering Merchant. This is actually going to be crucially important in this continent. There's not one, but there's actually 2 different Wandering Merchants, and they each have different spawn timers. I will link those down in the description below, but for the first merchant, his spawn timers are 1:30, 4:30, 5:30, 7:30, 8:30, and 11:30. And that's both AM and PM. A little bit much to take in. Like I said, it will be down in the description below. Now this merchant right here, Morris, he can spawn in 1 of 3 locations. We did happen to catch this location right here in the Flowering Orchard. We're gonna go ahead and buy that dry-aged meat. And there's 2 more locations, which I'll put up on screen for you right now. In the Dyorika Plains, actually, right next to the Bishu Manor, where we just were. And also in Sunbright Hill. You can take this triport right here to the Pumpkin Farm. And you'll see him spawn in the top corner right by the Potion Merchant, right where I'm pointing with the mouse. Make sure you're paying attention to the real-life clock as you progress through this guide. You're going to want to stop whatever you're doing and look for that Wandering Merchant when any of the requisite times pop up. Okay, and the other Wandering Merchant, Bert, can be found in 4 locations. His spawn times are 2:30, 5:30, 6:30, 8:30, 9:30, and 12:30. And once again, that's both AM and PM. And I will put his times down in the description below as well. Just gonna click on him and buy the hot chocolate coffee that we see right here. And we will need that for one of the cooking collectibles. Now, the other possible locations that he can spawn are in the Blackrose Chapel, right here where my mouse pointer is, right outside of the Styxia village. In Borea's domain, right here, right by the triport, you won't be able to miss him. And in the Croconus Seashore, right by the triport and my mouse pointer, right here. And also a second location in the southern half of the Croconus Seashore, right down here. So make sure you check both of them. And of course, finally, he can spawn at my location right here in the Layar Terrace, and you can see you'll actually see that Wandering Merchant icon on your map. So regardless of which zone you get to, if you're not exactly sure of his precise location, you won't have a problem finding it because the icon will show up on the map if he happens to be up in that region. And with that, we can continue on with the rest of the guide. Okay, in the Flowering Orchard now, we can head up and around the corner. There's going to be 1 Mokoko Seed to grab right up here. And that one's right here underneath this bush. Continuing on up over the bridge, we're going to head up into the center of this region up here. Be 1 Mokoko Seed right here. And there's the first elite monster. So you got that, you can mount up and head around the corner right here. We're going to get Hidden Story number 6, part 1. And this section is timed. We've got 40 seconds to get to each part, but don't worry, it's plenty of time. There's part 2 right there. Grab that, mount up. That does refresh the 40-second timer, and now we can head all the way to the opposite side of this area. And there's the final part right there. Okay, with that out of the way, we can triport back to the CNN. We're gonna head up into this dead-end area up here, and remember, while you're doing this, make sure you're paying attention to the spawn times. You don't want to miss the Wandering Merchant. There's the first Mokoko Seed right there. And mount back up. There's gonna be 2 more that we need to get. Next one is right up here. And finally, one last one all the way on the western side of this region. And right inside this hut here, break all the barrels and crates, and it's right here on the ground. From here, we can triport back to the CNN. Mount up once again, this time heading east, and we're going to grab 3 more Mokoko Seeds. The first seed is right here. And mount it up again. We're going to head up into this next area. There's going to be 1 more up here, and then the final 3rd Mokoko Seed of this section just up ahead after that. And heading up now into the next area, we're going to grab that 1 last seed, and then we're free to triport to the next section. And there's that seed right there. Okay, we're going to quickly triport up to the Deer Village. And because of the time, we are going to check for the Wandering Merchant real quick. He would spawn right about right here, but it doesn't look like he's up, so we are going to triport up to the Circus encampment. Okay, we're just going to head out south. There's actually going to be 2 Mokoko Seeds to grab real quick, and then we can also get the 3rd Vista. Here's a Mokoko Seed right here. And mounted up now, headed to the bottom side of this little broken down village over here. We get the next Mokoko Seed right here. And that puts us at 10 of 10 for this zone. Gonna mount back up, and all we have to do now is get to the 3rd Vista. Jump across the bridge here and head on up the cliff. And here's the Vista right here. Okay, and with that out of the way, we are now all done with this zone. We can triport up to the encampment and then head on into the Blackrose Chapel. Okay, so we're going to start off in the church interior. And on arriving inside of the chapel here, just going to head right out of the triport. And there's going to be 1 Mokoko Seed right here. Mount up. We're going to grab 2 more real quick and an elite monster right after it. Next seed is right here, right by the fountain. And 1 more in this region right over here. Okay, mount back up now. We're now going to head into the last part of this region that we need to go to, and there's going to be 1 elite and 1 more Mokoko Seed. And our 1 elite is right here. And 1 more seed right up here, right behind the altar. Triport on back to the church interior. This time we're going to head out in the opposite direction. There's going to be a bunch of things to grab on this path, actually. First Mokoko Seed is right here. And with that, we can mount up and head out of the graveyard. We can head around the corner right here. We can actually go inside this building, and there's actually going to be 2 Mokoko Seeds right in here. There's the first one right next to the bookcase. And 1 more right here next to the boxes. Okay, outside of the building now, mount back up. Going to be a bunch more seeds to grab. Head down this way, and we're going to grab this one right by the statue of the king. And mounting back up, there's going to be 3 more that we need to get right off of the map. Head into this secret area right here. First Mokoko Seed is right here, up in the corner. And all the way over here is the next one. And just keep following the path. It'll eventually take you to the 3rd Mokoko Seed. And there's the last one of this area right up here. And we can triport back to the church interior. We're going to head back out again in the same direction. And there's going to be a hidden story to grab right up here. And you're just going to investigate this bush here, and that will complete hidden story number 1. Okay, now from here, we've got a very, very long trip ahead of us, so we're going to speed real fast. We have to get a Mokoko Seed and a Vista all the way up in the top portion of the map. There's nothing else along the way. And I'm just going to climb up the cliffs over here, head all the way on up to the very, very top. It's going to be 1 Mokoko Seed and the Vista for this region. There's the Mokoko Seed right there. And the Vista is right up ahead here. From there, we can triport down to the Styxia village. Remember, the wandering merchant Bert does spawn just outside of the village, so when you mount up and head out, make sure you check for him first. And once again, he can be found right in this region right here. All right, and on your way out, make sure you don't forget to talk to Chief Maya right here. The purple quest chain that she gives, the roster quest chain Save Me, is required in order to complete another story too. Just go on ahead and do that real quick. Okay, and heading on up now. Gonna be one Mokoko Seed to grab right up here. Mount back up. We're gonna kill Elite Monster number 5 and then move on to the next area. And there it is right there. And with that quest out of the way, we are all set with this half of the guide for today. Like I said in the beginning, this one would run a little bit long due to the size of the zones. So we will be continuing with the second part of this guide tomorrow, starting with Lear Terrace. Okay, and that concludes this portion of the Adventurer's Tome guide. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss my guides and walkthroughs. And as always, if you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below on what you would like me to create a guide for next. And until tomorrow, may you all enjoy your adventures in Arkesia.